Are you feeling desperate for that manifestation to come to you? Are you feeling a desperation, a need, having to have feeling for that manifestation to be with you right now? Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you exactly why that is blocking you from getting your manifestation and what you can do to release this desperation, this attachment, by becoming attached to it and becoming more whole. So stay tuned if you would like to find out more about this. If you are struggling with your manifestations, if you're feeling desperate and anxious and fearful and doubtful, then stay tuned. For those of you that are new, I'm Natalie, and this is As the Pennies Drop. And this channel is dedicated into guiding you to create a life you love, deserve, and desire. I am a conscious manifestation coach and a neurotransformation therapy practitioner. And I provide a variety of one-on-one and group coaching solutions to guide you into releasing those limiting beliefs, those traumas, those negative emotions, all those awful past events that are the evidence of and why you are in the place you are today and not actually where you want to be. As well as that, also guiding clients with getting their manifestations to them quickly, easily, and most of all, effortlessly. So if you would like to find out more about what it is that I do, or you'd like to get in touch and have a chat with me, my email address is natalie@asthepenniesdrop.com, or you can just simply click the link below. Okay, so back to the video. Why detaching from your manifestation, from the desire that you are wanting, from that conscious manifestation, is extremely important, not just because it holds you back from getting what you want, but also because it will create a relief from not having what it is that you want right now. And it will speed up the manifestation by getting you into that allowing state. So now I know, and I know especially when I've spoken to my clients initially, when they've come to me and, you know, specifically about a specific person, this has been more about specific people wanting their specific person back. So I'm going to base this around that. And also, I've shared countless times about my experience of wanting a specific person back in my life. And when we are really desperately attached to the outcome of what it is we want, when we're in that fearful, doubtful, anxious, I've just got to be with that person, I've just got to have them right now, and my life can't go on without them, I need them, I have to have them, they have to want me. When we're in that, and believe me, I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it. When we're in that state, all we are doing is pushing the desire away further. And you can think about it. Think about things in your life where you've thought, oh, that would be really nice to have, or I wouldn't mind doing that, or I wouldn't mind if that person just showed up a little bit more kinder in my life. When you've just had a fleeting thought about something, about wanting something to change or wanting something to come into your life, you notice how easy it is to actually have that, for that to actually show up. Have you thought about the times when you have thought, oh, I wish that person would maybe compliment me just once in a blue moon, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, you look really nice today. The reason why that happens is because we create the space. We become the person that is in the state of allowing that to come to us easily, naturally, and effortlessly, whilst we're still moving on with our lives, whilst we're still getting on with our life. So when it's something that we really, really, really want, and we are in a attached state to the need, the desire, the having to have, no matter what, kind of desperate state, we are blocking that from coming to us. The energy that we're putting out is of not having, is of lack, is resistance. And as most of you know that have been following me and other YouTube channels that talk about law of assumption, law of attraction, the getting into that state of the wish fulfilled, not even necessarily believing it to be possible, but just getting into that state of being somebody that can have that, of it being possible, whilst releasing from the outcome, the attachment and that need, that desperate need for it, then allows it to flow. And I've given examples where with my ex, when I just wanted him back. I couldn't, like, my life wasn't going to function properly without him. I had to have him back. It was, you know, I had sleepless nights, anxious nights. I was getting panic attacks. I mean, I was really in a bad state. You know, I just was in such a state of missing and lack, and that desperation. You know, I would message him and I would get ignored, or I'd be told, just leave me alone, I don't want to hear from you. And that would just make me even worse. I would be, you know, what can I do? What can I do? I must be able to do something. I have to be able to do something to get this person to see my worth, to see that we're meant to be together. I was in such a state. And but when I released that state, that desperation, that attachment, that I've got to have it, no matter, I've got to have it. I just have to have it. I can't not have it. And I'm sure that there are some of you watching this that are in that state at the moment. But when you are in that state, like I said, you're blocking it. But because we are everyone as you push out, and our thoughts create. So if we are in that desperate state, like I said, we're blocking the energy of allowing what it is that we want. We're in the wrong state that we need to be in to be able to consciously manifest what it is that we are wanting. But when I kind of got into that state of accepting where I was, accepting that we weren't together, knowing that I still wanted that, but just accepting that there was a possibility that it could happen. And I just got on with my life. I let go of that need, that resistance, that desperation, the anxieties, the fears, the lack. And I just focused on me and I got on with my life. That is when I got into the state of allowing the desire to come to me. And that is why it came to me. And I've done that on multiple occasions. And like I said in some of my other videos, this was even before I knew about law of attraction or law of assumption, being able to manifest people back, I mean. So that, and also my clients as well, you know, my clients will come to me going, I've just got to be with them. I've just got to be with them. I've just got to be with them. I can't, you know, I can't not be with them. And they were, you know, they'd be doing like the contacting, or it might be that they had to be in contact with this person because they had a child with this person. And they would just be in this anxious state. And the more they were in this state of not having them, the more the specific person was showing them that they didn't want them. The more they were being told, no, never, not going to happen, don't want you, this isn't going to work, move on, I'm moving on. You know, the more they saw things, undesirable things coming back to them, and then the more they would get anxious. But when they came to me and they were in this anxious state, what we did was we worked on detaching from that need. And at the same time, which I'm going to share with you in a moment, is another thing that I got them to do. So first of all, we wanted to kind of get them detached from that desperate need, even though they were longing for them, just to start to relax that desperate need and getting them into a state of knowing that, not necessarily believing that what they wanted they could have, but just knowing that their thoughts created. So even as simple as that, if you can get yourself into a state of, I know and I believe that my thoughts create. I know and I believe that my thoughts create. You are then creating faith within you, and you'll start to build some confidence. So based on what I did and based on what I help my clients with, where I've seen loads of success stories from my clients, and things transform into the way that they want them to transform, is by working on their self-concept, by accepting the reality as it is, just accepting where they are and believing that their thoughts create. Doesn't mean that they can have what it is they wanted. Sometimes that was a bit too far for them to kind of think, but it was just believing that their thoughts created. Just believe that their thoughts created. And by that, they became more relaxed, just more relaxed in themselves. They were letting go more and more of the attachment to the outcome of being with this person. And at the same time, I got my clients, and again, this is what I did, focused on self-concept, focused on, well, you know, and I didn't actually do this enough. And I've shared that as well. I didn't do this enough then, which is why my specific person kept coming back to me exactly the way that I'd left him, which was undesirable for me. But now I've learned, and what I teach my clients or guide my clients to do is to focus on their amazingness, that, you know, their life, what is it in their lives that they've got that they can be grateful for? You know, what is it they can do for themselves that will show that they love and accept themselves for who they are? What stories can they tell about themselves? You know, I am amazing. I am perfect just as I am. My life is incredible. I have an amazing job. I have money. I have food on the table. I have amazing friends. You know, I'm an amazing person. I love the way that I look. I love everything about my life. I love that. I know that, I don't know, that I'm grateful for everything that I have in my life right now. I am worthy beyond belief, and I love and accept myself exactly as I am. And when I was getting them to, and you know, work on their self-concept more, they became more confident. And the more confident they became, the less detached to the outcome they were, that need, because they started to create an inner belief inside of them that they are worthy of having anything that they wanted. On top of that, with the belief that their thoughts create. So by doing this kind of simultaneously, working on self-concept, knowing that their thoughts created, they were more relaxed, more at peace, more accepting of where they were. And then what we started to do was change the stories. We started to let go of the old thoughts and the past. And yes, now I know that that is one of the struggles that a lot of people have. When we're thinking about what it is that we want and we look into the past, or our mind takes us there and says, well, that isn't going to happen because of this, and this, it's going to be impossible. But if you can just kind of, yes, the past is the past. Yes, that has been created. Yes, it wasn't desirable. Accept that the past is the past. And that is just based on the way that your mind was programmed, and that you are now working on reprogramming your mind by, one, accepting that your thoughts create. Two, working on your self-concept, building yourself up, putting yourself on that pedestal of somebody that is worthy of being, doing, and having anything that they desire. So we've got faith, and we're building the self-concept. And we're looking at our lives, and we're being grateful and accepting of where we are now and what we have. We're looking at things about ourselves and about our world that we really, really like, that we've created. And then we started to tell the story of the version of the person that we wanted to see. And when you're doing that and you are letting go of those past old thoughts, and you are focused on you and the alignment of the story of what it is that you want from this other person to reflect back at you, and that becomes more of the dominant energy, that is when you start to see things. And there might be little things just like trickling through. It might be that this person maybe just sends you a message saying, hi, how are you? Or it might be that, you know, you bump into them and they smile at you. Or it might be that, you know, if, say, for example, you've got a child with this person and they call you and say, oh, you know, Would you like me to do that thing that you've needed doing for you? Whatever it is, that is the start of the process. And all you then need to do is to keep aligning with the story of what it is that you are wanting. And the more you keep working on yourself, the more you keep telling yourself that you're an amazing, incredible person and that you're worthy of anything that you desire, and you can be, do, and have anything, and that your thoughts do create, whether you believe what it is that you're wanting to create or not, it doesn't matter. And again, I'm proof when it came to my, my business, when it's come to other things that I've manifested, I never necessarily had a belief. I just kept on focusing on the fact that my thoughts create, and this is a story that I'm telling. And that is when things transformed for me, because I had let go of the attachment of the need of it and just focused on the story of what it was that I wanted. So when it comes to being really attached to what it is we want, we're not in a desirable place to get it. And I know there is you can be certain of what it is that you want without being needy for it. And you can be certain of what it is you want and be too needy for it. We want to just get ourselves into that state of allowing. And by getting into that state of allowing, we're releasing the attachment, the need, the anxiety, the doubts, the hurts, the fears, the pains, the loss, the resistance, the lack. We're releasing that by just simply, I know my thoughts create. Therefore, if I tell the story of what it is that I'm desiring, that by law has to reflect back into my reality. And at the same time, working on our self-concept, which is building our confidence and our self-worth, putting ourselves on that pedestal. And by building the confidence, we're building more belief and faith in ourselves that we are worthy of being, doing, and having anything that we desire. And the more you do that, I promise you, the more you will start to see things reflecting back at you. Now, you can't just tell the story once or twice a day and then allow the old story to take over the rest of the day. That's not going to work. That's going to keep you in limbo land. That's going to keep you in no man's land. So my suggestion to you would be to a few times a day, tell the story of what it is that you want. And whenever the old thoughts pop in, because they will, you just want to use that as, oh, that's just my old thoughts. I'm going to focus on the new thoughts because that's what makes me feel better. And that's what it is that I'm wanting. Because I didn't even have to believe it. Just focus on the story of what it is that you want, because that's what we're doing. We're impressing the mind. Doesn't matter if we believe it or not, but just doing that and having the faith and the persistence in doing that. And you know, the thing is, the more you do that, the less you will need to do that. So the more you do that, the less the negative thoughts come in, the less the negative thoughts come in, the less you'll need to do that. And the easiest way that I've manifested my SP back has been to accept where I was, to still have lovely thoughts about them, and to get on with my life and have fun, because I was worthy of having fun and enjoying my life and accepting my life for where it was and me. So I really hope that's helped and shone a light as to why it's really important to detach from the outcome to speed up your manifestation. And you can use this with money as well. You know, I know that there are people out there that are really attached to wanting to win the lottery, but the more attached you are to the wanting to win the lottery and having a need and a desperation about it, the less likely that is going to happen. So again, use this as a basis of what you can do to release that attachment, to get yourself into more of an aligned state of knowing that your thoughts create, working on your self-concept, and then aligning yourself with the story of the desired outcome that you want. That's it from me today. I really hope that's helped. Please feel free to like, share, and comment. And as always, subscribe. Let's see if we can get to 4,000 subscribers by Christmas. That would be such a cool Christmas present for me. And yeah, comment, compliment, whatever it is that you want to do. It'll be awesome. Take care, guys. I'll be back soon.